The May 9th, 2011 meeting of the East Penn School District Board of Directors is hereby called to order. Would you please rise and join me in saluting the flag?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, we have the circumstance where we weren't expecting the crowd, so please bear with us for any miscues and so forth that go on. We're trying to run the meeting as best we can under the exigent circumstances. We only have one microphone, so we'll try to pass it around when people want to speak. Either that or they'll have to shout. The first item on the board agenda is a request to address the board. I have 6. And the first one is Christopher Koberline speaking on student achievement.
Thank you. In the last few board meetings, we've talked about achievement, specifically the PSSAs. One of the things that, as a parent with a child with a disability, that I would like to point out is achievement's not always measured in test scores. When my son started in this district, we came from another district. And the few words that he came knowing to this school district were timeout. Through the hard work of the staff of McCungie Elementary, the related service providers, the principals, the special education directors and supervisors, he's made phenomenal gains. From a boy who went to timeout to timeout. What did you do today, Trent? I went to timeout at a prior school. After completing 5th grade this year, he's scoring, proficient on the PSSAs. His classroom talents are excellent. His behavior is excellent. And the people that I have to thank here are the people who are sitting over there in the middle of this room. The teachers that have worked with. So, I ask you to support education, as I've said in the last board meeting, to support our teachers, to support our students, and to support our programs. Thank you.
I'm asking the school board to reconsider and perhaps post online for public viewing for 20 days this new contract or contract extension, as you're calling it, because it seems that a vote for this contract tonight is a vote to continue the Wednesday elementary early dismissal policy that has haunted us as parents for so many years already. If we keep the same contract and extend it, we are locking in 4 more years of Wednesday early dismissal for elementary students. As you know, when surveyed, 72% of parents want to stop the early dismissal procedure. Now it is becoming more clear that the only way to stop the early dismissals is to change the wording of the contract. If we extend this contract, we may be stuck with Wednesday early dismissals for 4 more years. The school board is taking away the hopes of so many parents that we could have a contract that would end the early dismissals for our children. We have great, fantastic, bright, wonderful, and caring teachers. And our children would benefit by having 5 full school days per week with their teachers like they have in Parkland. A vote to extend this contract is a vote against the wishes of 72% of parents that want to finally end the elementary school Wednesday early dismissals. Furthermore, concern for parents is the fact that the school board, because of budgetary concerns wherever they're coming from, is talking about forcing 5-year-old students to walk 1.5 miles to school to save money. I have a 5-year-old who has never been on a public school bus, but was going to go in September. And I received a letter that we should plan on him walking our 1.4 miles to Willow Lane next year. That is another concern, and I don't know exactly where the budgetary restraints are coming from, that we need to cut back on transportation for our youngest students. Also, I was at a workshop hosted by the Education Policy and Leadership with the cooperation of the Pennsylvania School Board Association and the Pennsylvania Association of Business Officials. The representative that was representing the Pennsylvania Association of Business Officials in the workshop mentioned that she could not assure us that the Act 1 index would always be a positive number. When asked specifically if the Act 1 index would always be a positive number, she would not assure the class that the Act 1 index could always be a positive number. So my question is, if the Act 1 index becomes negative in the future, does this contract have a contingency plan in case that would come to fruition?
The next person is Beverly Springer, speaking on Penn teacher salary freeze.
Good evening. My name is Beverly Springer, and my name will appear again tonight on the list of retired teachers. However, I wish to address the board as an Emmaus resident concerned about our district's economic stability. Emmaus has a charming downtown, several nice parks, a viable library, Rodale Press, and an excellent school system. The school system's merits have over the years brought numerous residents to the district. Indeed, it has inspired many district aides, custodians, teachers, and administrators to settle in the district and to enroll their children in the schools. In my own small neighborhood, I know of the residencies of 4 teachers, 1 aide, a head custodian, and 2 former cafeteria workers. These people shop at West Markets, frequent Bush Paint Store, buy gas at Turkey Hill, and go to dinner at Arnetta's. They pay local taxes. They own and improve their own properties. They contribute to the social security system, attend the town churches, and donate to the local charities. To a man, they eat Yakos. My point is that the East Penn School District has and continues to serve the borough well as both a bastion of a fine, all-inclusive public education and as an employer. Advance kudos to the school board for realizing the crucial role of a full working staff in maintaining not only the academic well-being of our children, but also the economic health of our community by hopefully adopting Amendment Number 1 to the collective bargaining agreements. Thank you very much.
Hello. My name is Nicole Bassett. I'm the chairperson of EPIC, East Penn Invested Citizens, and I'm just going to read a letter that we put together. Dear members of the school board, thank you for allowing me a few minutes to speak to you. My name is Nicole Bassett, and I'm the chairperson of EPIC, East Penn Invested Citizens. On behalf of EPIC, I want to publicly thank the teachers for offering to take a pay freeze during this difficult time. Their willingness to make this offer prior to being approached by the administration demonstrates the commitment of our teaching staff to the profession of education, to our children, and to this community. We appreciate that this proposed pay freeze may allow East Penn to avoid some of the hard decisions we are seeing other districts in the Lehigh Valley face, such as cutting valuable programs. By making this gesture, East Penn teachers have made it clear that they are dedicated to maintaining the high caliber of education that is the foundation of East Penn's reputation as a high-quality district. We, as a community organization committed to supporting the district in the pursuit of academic excellence, applaud the teachers for this and for their continued professional excellence and leadership to the youth of our community. Thank you.
Mr. Ted Nabracki of Reiningsville, speaking on the East Penn Education Association contract, addendum item 9.
Good evening. First, congratulations to both unions and to the school board for these tentative agreements. While they might not completely solve all the budget problems, they've demonstrated that you can all work together, and even if they don't solve them, you'll be able to do what's necessary later on. The main thing I came to speak about was ambiguity that's in paragraph 9 of the EPEA agreement. I've actually emailed something to you this afternoon, but probably nobody's had a chance to see it. But the thing that's confusing is it talks about comparing the revenues on June 30th, 2011 with the revenues on June 30th of 2012. If you took that literally, you would say, well, on the opening of business at 8 a.m. on June 30th, you'd start your till and close it at the close of business and have the revenue from that one day. So what does that June 30th date mean in either 2011 or 2012? I presume you might have meant something like it'd be the revenue for the fiscal year ending those days. Although it could mean something else. I mean, it could mean the actual revenue, it could be the budgeted revenue, or it could be the budget for the upcoming year. So there's a little bit of confusion there. But that's the main point that I have. But I certainly hope that you can pass this without tonight and somehow deal with that in an appropriate manner. Thanks.
Mr. Ken Bauer of Emmaus, speaking on extending the contract.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm a homeowner in Upper Milford, East Penn District. I'm retired. I worked for 35 years in industry, mainly for air products and chemicals. And I want to make a point that I'm not opposed to unions. I think they are very good. They got us all what we needed to. Certainly the teachers were behind for many years, and they've got their benefits and their salaries up to snuff. But what I would think, though, is that I would urge the school board to not extend the contract as of right now, but look at it. And the reason I say that is because I'm in contact with both our state and federal people, Doug Reichley, Bob Mensch, Charlie Dent, and so forth. I contact them about once a month just to talk about issues that I think are pertinent to things. And what I concluded by talking with them is that we should really haul them all in for malfeasance, probably nonfeasance, because they knew that we were going to be in these budget problems. They knew this. I've had personal interviews with Doug Reichley. I said, well, look, you're going to have a budget deficit of $2 billion. He says, no, it's going to be $3. He knew that. And why, what's the point here? Well, the point is that the teachers' salaries and contracts are very good. I'm for that. But they have to be in sync with what's happening with the general public.